Up there, what was the conversation about with Mrs. Brochus?
Was about the wall.
Oh, back up, what wall?
This is what the point I was just going to make. You referenced the flood wall.
No, whoa, no, I don't in there. What was the conversation initially? What was Mrs. Brochus talking about? What holes?
Mrs. Brochus was concerned about the holes in the WPA wall.
Thank you.
Yes.
Continue on now.
Mr. Eister has heard not to paint a picture that if the water gets high, that the city will flood when it is not true.
That's correct. Now, what were we talking about?
Okay.
WPA wall. Am I correct?
You're correct.
Keep going.
Mr. Snyder said that the federal government certified the wall in 2011 while there were unrepaired blowouts in the wall.
Whoa. Mr. Snyder is talking about the federal government.
That's
What
correct.
wall? Which wall?
The WPA wall.
No.
Yes, because he says while there were unrepaired blowouts in the wall.
The federal government never inspected the WPA wall. They inspected the flood wall.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Who inspected the WPA wall?
Buckhart Horn.
No, whoa. That's what you're talking about right there. No.
Yes, that's who inspected it.
That's who went down there to see what repairs needed done when they came in to take after the 2011 flood. Read that. You might read it 10 times until you get through.
Well, we'll read it 10 times if we have to.
Okay.
But the whole point was you were talking about the wall, the concrete wall.
Flood wall.
Right.
Corps of Engineers has that inspected.
Correct.
Okay. Nowhere I ever said the Corps of Engineers inspected the WPA wall. You show me in there where I said that.
That's right. You didn't say that here.
Oh, it said someplace else now.
No. Mr. Eister asked her not to paint a picture that if the water gets high, that the city will flood.
What wall are we talking about this time? WPA wall, am I correct?
That's correct.
I have her flyer here.
There was never any dispute that it was the WPA wall that was in question. But the flood wall can be endangered if the WPA wall is lost.
You had said that I said, and I said I didn't remember saying, if I did, I apologize, that the WPA wall was inspected. It was never inspected. I never said that. You gave me that as your reference. I never said that in there. Just show me where I said that the WPA wall was inspected.
It doesn't say that. Here's what I was referencing. It was explained this money is from FEMA and is for engineering.
Oh, wait a second. Let's not worry about the engineering. That's what you accused me of, and I apologize, but I did make that statement, did I?
You joined Mr. Snyder in intimating that was the case.
No, he's referring to the flood wall. The federal government doesn't inspect the WPA wall. How many times must I repeat this? You were wrong. Just admit it. It's okay to be wrong. Just apologize. You accused me of something I didn't do. Go ahead. It's easy. Trust me.
I'll apologize to you, Jim.
Okay, thank you. Never done. Thank you. I'll take that. That's all I wanted.
Well,
You were wrong. I didn't make mistakes.
We need to discuss this a little further. You guys were
No, we're done. I'm happy. You're happy.
You guys were up for election.
Pardon?
You had an election coming up.
Oh, and this is why I said this.
No.
Oh, one more thing, Mr. Saxton. You know, all this time you've been complaining about the 5,000 or 400, and hang on. It was in Mrs. Brochus's flyers where you got that number. She was referring to square footage. I was talking linear foot. Now, you know the difference, I know.
Sure.
Okay, so there's what your error was there. She was referring to square, I'm linear. Thank you for the apology.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Yes.
I just want to address something. When comments are made here, they're made here by people in the public, not people who are employed other places. And if you have something to say about what I say, fine, say it to me as a citizen, not as an employee someplace else. Obviously, we don't play by the same rules as Mr. Drake Saxton does. on recorded land. I might be a county employee, but I'm also a citizen of Sunbury, and I can be here as a citizen of Sunbury. I don't represent Northumberland County.
Mr. Alex, you pay taxes in the city?
I do.
Thank you.
And I'm
Mr. Alex,
not-
are you
not
a US
represent-
citizen?
Pardon me?
Are you a US citizen?
I am.
Thank you.
Although Mr. Lamb is.
Aye.
And here's the other thing, Mr. Persing.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
so inappropriate.
I
Wow.
am not a representative of the county of Northumberland
91.
when I come to these meetings, just so we know that.
Ma'am?
Yes, hi, my name is Penny Knoll. I'm here regarding that I was the subject of a complaint voiced at the June 23rd council meeting. I viewed on YouTube that Ms. Regina Russell has a fire safety issue, thinking that a parked car in front of one of my exits is a reason for her alarm. First, I'd like to just thank her for being.
It would be nice
Whoa,
to
whoa, whoa,
meet you,
she's
it's nice
talking.
to meet you.
I'm
Thank
I'm just gonna
you.
say, it's, you know,
Thank you.
even though I've never met you
Yes,
before,
yes.
thank you for the concern over my family and its
Thank
safety.
you, I've spoken, thank you.
But according to the 2012 International Residential Code, one emergency or egress entrance needs to be provided for each dwelling unit. I have 7 exits at my property on the first floor, 1 on the second floor. I have a second and a third floor emergency ladder for evacuation as well. Conduct fire drills on a regular basis in my home, as well as having 2 foster agencies routinely inspect my home for compliance of regulations and safety. So I would just appreciate that perhaps people finding better things to do with their time
No
than to
insults now.
attack my home for any concerns they may have.
Okay.
May I be next?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Regina Russell, community activist, and I am happy to meet you, Ms. Knowles, finally, because everyone does speak about you. And I did speak to an agency, matter of fact, last Thursday night, and you're correct, they did say that you had a good fire plan. They didn't say that you could block one door, but they did make a good excuse as to why there was no issue about your blocking the door. I used that fire safety issue because code would not address the parking issue. Anytime someone's car is half or 2/3 past their house and blocking half of the public sidewalk, there's a difference between the incline, the curved incline that you guys keep referencing to as the 5-foot space. So I figured if you're not going to deal with the parking issue, then I would address a fire code issue. And it was on my list tonight to thank Councilman Whitener and Ms. Knowles for at least addressing half of the 2 issues that I kept bringing up about the 2 doors being blocked and being a fire safety issue. One of the doors is now available. At that meeting on the 23rd, the mayor asked me, had I ever been in the house? I said no. You also asked me how did I know if the door opened or closed. The blueprints say that it is an egress. So that would be answering your question, Mr. Mayor. And I'm glad I finally got to meet Ms. Knowles. Thank you for arranging that.
Any other questions? John, the all-waiting discussion on the famous pickleball paddle and ball.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Young lady, you pay attention here, please.
I will pay full attention.
She says she'll demonstrate.
No.
On a lighter note, this is a pickleball. For those that have never seen one, and this is a pickleball paddle. And we thank you, Jan, for your interest. We are going to have a demonstration at the ice skating rink on Saturday, July the 26th, starting around 8 o'clock in the morning. Jan's brother's going to be here and going to put on a little thing. So if you are my age and would like to have some fun, come on up to the ice skating rink on Saturday, July the 26th, around 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'll watch a demonstration, and if you want to give it a try, why, you can give it a try. It'll be fun, we'll have a good time.
How many courts are you gonna take?
Pardon?
How many courts are you gonna take?
I think at this point, 2 maybe?
We're just doing a demonstration first.
Yeah.
When we get the tournaments moving,
Depends on
then
the
we'll get.
interest.
I think you'll have interest. So I can put this on Facebook now? Okay, where you go.
Start building the teams for the tournaments in the next month or
I already have one.
so. And how many people on the team?
2 on the team, 4 on the court.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not.
awesome, thank you, thank you.
Next year, I think you can qualify next year. John, Spark.
All right. Spark, a committee of SRI, will be conducting stump grinding again this fall. We have not done it for the last couple of years, but we will be back doing that. If you have stumps in the tree line on your property, that would be between the sidewalk and the curb, SRI is contracting with someone who will go through the city, and city crew will work with them. We are asking for a $10 donation. If you can't afford the $10, that's okay. It's a service to you as a property owner, a service to the city in beautifying and cleaning up. And so we'll get some of those ugly stumps ground out and replaced with some topsoil and seed. So let us know. And if you are walking around the city and you notice where there might be one, give City Hall a call and let us know, and we'll add that to the list. In years past, we've done as many as 20 in a fall setting, and we have done about 80 total in the 3 or 4 years that we did those stump grindings. So get on board, help us out, let us know where they're at, call us if they're in your yard or in your neighbor's yard, and get it on the list. Thank you.
We'll announce music in Cameron Park, Tuesdays at 6. July 15th, Timothy Burden. July 22nd, Counterfeit Dreams. July 29th, Cast Country. I want to thank everybody for coming. This meeting is adjourned.
Good job.